Are you struggling with insomnia or are you struggling with sleep deprivation? It could be both, but it's potentially one or the other, so it's really important to know the difference. Insomnia is having difficulty falling asleep, staying asleep, or getting up way too early and not being able to get back to sleep. It's been happening several times a week for at least 3 months. People with insomnia feel the impact of that during their day. They worry about their sleep sometimes. It's just something that is incredibly draining. With insomnia, people have the opportunity to sleep, but they still aren't able to. Sleep deprivation is not being able to get the sleep that you need to feel good and function the next day. An example would be teenagers who may have to get up really early for school and get going with their day, but because of their circadian rhythms, they tend to go to bed later. But then you add on bright lights and phones and school and homework and social pressures, they end up going to bed a little bit later. So their window for sleep is restricted, leaving them sleep deprived and feeling the impacts of that the next day. Or caregivers, either parents who may have to be up in the middle of the night to take care of kids, or caregivers who are providing care for loved ones. They don't have enough time in bed to get the sleep that they need to feel good. The best treatment for chronic insomnia is cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia. It's been proven to be more effective than medication alone because it starts to address the underlying issues that sustain the sleep problem, such as the anxiety around the sleep, behaviors that people have used to kind of cope with the sleep loss, which ends up perpetuating those problems. Sleep deprivation, we always hear these messages about prioritizing your sleep and all these kind of individualized pressures, that you have to fix your sleep problem, but they're often not easy things to fix. Many teenagers, for example, struggle with sleep deprivation. It requires all of us to take a look at what's going on in the structure of our society that's kind of causing this. Nowadays, you might meet someone who still maybe buys into the grind culture, sleep when you're dead, but I think those folks are becoming less and less common because now sleep is recognized as an important factor to look at in terms of your overall well-being. But sometimes it's not just you, but also what's happening in your environment. Go talk to a specialist to make sure you know what you're dealing with, what the struggles are, and lean into non-drug tools first and exhaust all those. Have conversations with family, take a look at what's contributing to the sleep problem, because it's often not just a you problem.